Dr. Hovind, I love your doctoral thesis. I've torn it to pieces with house and gaffle. I can't remember when I last pissed myself laughing. It's a good thing the thesis mopped the piss off the floor.
Welcome to part 39 of this read-through and peer review of Kent Hovind's doctoral dissertation, which was published on wikileaks.org on December the 9th, 2009. If you have not yet seen the previous parts in this series, then I recommend that you go back and see those first, as in this episode I will start off exactly where I left off in the last one. In the last episode, we reached yet another pivotal point in our ascension of Mount Stupid. We finally finished Chapter 2. We have no time to sit and shelter from the bitter winds of willful ignorance. No, we must go on, further on into the third chapter, and suffer the effects of evolution. Kent continues. Evolution is probably one of the most important subjects facing us today, because of the worldview and lifestyle that it breeds. Yes, Kent, the effects are many, and they are bountiful, and too numerous to mention here. But that's not what you're getting at, is it, Kent? Oh, no. A person's belief that he is a creation of God involves a particular worldview that will make him live a certain way. Is that worldview one of an incredulous moron? Is that certain way that of an immoral dickhead? After all, so many of your Christian brethren have fallen by the wayside in such a spectacular way, including yourself, Kent. But do go on. If he believes that he is a creation of chance, that there is no God, then that will produce a lifestyle or worldview that will have certain consequences on his life. Yes, Kent, one in which one will strive and struggle to make the absolute very best of this life. After all, it is the only life that we're actually certain of. One in which you'll take care not to harm others, not because you'll be judged and have to stand and face the consequences in the next life, Kent. No, because you'll have to face the consequences in this one. You see, Kent, it's a lot harder to seek and receive forgiveness from your actual victims than it is from an imaginary man in the clouds. But anyway, Kent continues. Who cares anyway? Why is this subject so important? Well, it's important, Kent, because people like you are so ready to prevent humanity from developing intellectually as well as in so many other ways. If people like you had your way, then we'd all be living a Bronze Age nomadic lifestyle, complete with a tent, camels, and a large back garden full of sand. But I digress. Kent prattles on. I'd like to begin by saying that the subject is very dear to my heart. Yes, Kent, I bet it is, because over the years it's made you an awful lot of money. I'm both glad and sad to be able to discuss the topic of creation/evolution in the Bible. Yes, Kenton, so are we, because it gives us just so many things to mercilessly ridicule. But at the same time, we are also sad, because there's just so many people out there that are just gullible enough to believe your bullshit. But do go on and tell us your reasons. I'm glad because I love the Bible and the God of the Bible, and I'm honored to be able to share my faith in God's incredible book. Oh no, my dickhead detector's going off again. I'm glad because we have freedom in this country that allows us to discuss topics like this. Yes, Kent, that is an important point you bring up there. Do continue. Many other countries do not even allow a discussion on this subject. Really, Kent, you have to accept the state opinion. Now, that's interesting, Kent. Which countries would these be? I'm sure, taking into account when you actually wrote this, that you're actually referring to communist countries. However, for viewers and readers, other countries come into mind. Specifically, Islamic countries come to mind. Countries that are theocracies or theistic monarchies. Countries where they will readily execute members of their own religion if they're not religious or pious enough. We'll not even consider what they do to people who profess other faiths. It is no small irony that that is precisely the kind of society that you would accept tomorrow, providing that the state was endorsing Christianity, specifically your particular brand of Christianity, and not Islam. To which I would say, be very careful, Kent, for what you wish for, because you may actually just get it. But I'll let Kent continue. America is headed that way, I fear. Yes, Kent, and with the rise of the Christian right in the 18 years since you wrote this dissertation, I would have to agree. But I am glad that right now, in America, we have the freedom to discuss the contradictory or conflicting religions of creation and evolution. Yes, Kent, apart from the fact that only one is a religion, the other one is a scientific theory that discusses allele frequency within a population over time. I'm glad because discussions of this type will force people to take a stand on the issue. You either believe one side or the other. There is no middle ground in this case. Yes, Kent, unless of course you're a Christian that accepts and understands evolution. But no, Kent, that's not your kind of Christian, is it? Your kind of Christian believes that every single word in the King James Bible is absolutely, flawlessly correct. You believe it regardless of evidence to the contrary. And this sadly makes your point. Yes, Kent, you are either batshit crazy or you're not. We'll let you go on. But I am very sad because many other countries don't allow this type of discussion on creation and evolution. Oh, poor Kent, he's sad. Go read your Bible, Kent. Have a little chuckle. We do when we read it. Many millions of my brothers in the faith have given their lives and fortunes for the blessed book, the Bible. And what a terrible waste of life that has been for such a badly written fairy tale. I'm sad because it looks like many more will have to do the same in the next few years, the way things are going. Yes, Kent, because 10 years after you wrote this, a bunch of religious fanatics decided that they would kill 3,000 people to prove a point. This in turn justified another bunch of fanatics in their wish to start a war in a far-off foreign land, leading to the deaths of countless thousands more. And that makes me very sad indeed.